Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 15. And this is going to be my review of the episode. Pretty big episode. It definitely set up, some huge possibilities for the finale. There was a lot of stuff in the episode that I liked. There was some stuff that I didn't like, but overall, pretty good episode. You guys let me know, what did you think about the episode in the comments down below. Obviously, before I do get into it though, I want to give a general spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with Fear the Walking Dead, as I will be discussing the whole episode. Also, in the next few days, I'm going to be doing a Q&A leading up to the finale of Season 6, so I have a post on the community section of my channel if you want to go and leave a question there. I have two posts up. There was one for episode 15 and 16, but I decided to do, just combine them into one video leading up to the finale, so you can post it under either comment, but just if you want to ask a question for me to be able to answer in that video, feel free to leave one there. And then also, if you are a fan of the show, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more Walking Dead content like this, because even though Fear the Walking Dead is ending, Walking Dead is right around the corner. Obviously, we're gonna have videos leading up to The Walking Dead. I'm sure they're going to start marketing pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, let's get into the episode review. Alright, so this episode, like I said, was pretty good. I did have some problems with some of the stuff in the episode, which I will discuss in the review. Did I wish it was a little bit better than, what it was? Yes, given that it's in episode 15, but, the episode 16 could, I think that could definitely make up for it. By no means is it a bad episode, it's still a pretty good episode. I just wish it did more with things, with tension, and I wish it did more things with certain characters, but again, we'll get through all of that in the review. I usually go chronologically, or I try to at least. So let's start off with the opening minutes. So the opening minutes were great. Really, really well done. I love the way they filmed it with, the shots of, Morgan's community in the voiceover from Teddy. And then we had Teddy and Dakota. That was a great scene as well. So a great opening minutes to definitely, set up the episode, and Dakota was great in the episode as well. The actress Zoe Colletti, sorry if I said the name wrong, but she was great in the episode. I mean, she's been great, throughout the season. And then also that scene with her and Strand towards the end, that was really good. But yeah, so we had the whole group go down there, and I guess my first question, which I was sort of skeptical on, was like, how are there even walkers still in there? Because wouldn't eventually the walkers die out? I don't know how long it's been there, if that submarine has been there since the beginning, 10 years or whatever. I feel like eventually, the walkers would die out, given, that there's no food down there for them. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works for walkers. That's just something that I kind of question. But nonetheless, I still thought it was a pretty cool set piece, because submarine, walkers in a submarine, and a submarine is very tight and claustrophobic, so that made for a really good set piece, even to the point where I wish they did more with the walkers, but still it was very good. But the next thing I want to talk about was when the group finally came into communication with Teddy through that walkie-talkie. Well, first of all, I want to say that Teddy is such a great villain, I think, and a part of it has to do with, John Glover being a great actor, and we saw that. So when John Dorie Sr., got the walkie-talkie, and Teddy realized that it was John Dorie Sr., I love the body language there. You could see the fear in his eye. Maybe not the fear, but the surprise in his eyes. And, he got a bit choked up, he couldn't really speak, and just in total shock. So that was a really, great performance by John Glover there. But here comes my first main negative of the episode, and that is between Teddy and John Dorie Sr. I wish there was more. I really, really wish there was more. I get that maybe they didn't want to do too much between them just because we've had other characters in the show much longer, but I thought they did a pretty good job of setting that up in prior episodes. I was waiting, and I don't know how other people feel about this, let me know in the comments down below, but I was waiting to see the showdown between them. And just that little scene we had between them through the walkie-talkie was such a great scene. So it really made me wish we got more. But I guess in some ways I understand why they wouldn't want to focus too much on that, just because even though it's a nice little story that or I guess backstory or whatever you want to call it, in that episode where we had John Dory Sr. show up when he was talking to June, I guess it was a pretty cool thing to learn. But again, we've had other characters in the show much longer, so I get why they would want to focus on, the other characters. But I still thought, especially since he went down there, I thought that there could have been more between them, and maybe there will be next episode. Who knows? But we'll see. So the next thing I want to talk about was the stuff between Morgan and Victor, because that was a pretty big part of the episode. Now, I also want to say that I really liked how they focused on character stuff in this episode. Even though, this episode was a pretty big episode in terms of set pieces and stuff like that, I liked how they said that I like how they didn't, just say like, oh, we're going to focus on, the big submarine or whatever. They actually focus on the character stuff, which I did like that. Now, I have to admit that some of the choices made by those characters I didn't really like. For example, the Morgan and Victor stuff, I don't really understand why Victor would like basically try to kill Morgan like that. I just don't understand why. I mean, Morgan gave his input on it at the end of the episode. Like, he said he wanted to impress Alicia and be like the hero, but still, it was such an odd thing to do, in my opinion. Like, I like this stuff with Strand in the beginning of this season, like with the Virginia stuff. I love that Strand. That was a good character right there. I liked how he's playing both sides. And in this episode, he was talking about how what he was doing was for everybody, and I kind of, I felt like that was true because I never really thought Strand was a bad guy. He was just playing both sides. But then he did this thing with Morgan, which just, I don't know, to me, unless I missed something between the characters or something, let me know. But to me, it didn't make too much sense for that to happen. And then Morgan, being surrounded by those walkers, that also didn't make too much sense because, I mean, yes, he has plot armor, you can't argue against that. I mean, you can, like the logical thing to say is like, don't put a character like that in that situation if you're gonna save him because he has plot armor. It just doesn't look realistic, But he is Morgan, I'm happy he survived. I would never want Morgan to die. Like, he's a great character. But still, like, just that didn't make too much sense, being surrounded by all those walkers. And I think Strand took his weapon away, so I still have no idea how he got out, but he did, and, that's due to plot armor, but whatever. And then lastly, I'm not too sure I agree with Morgan's decision of letting Teddy and Riley go. Now, I will say, the build-up to that scene was pretty good. Like, I love the music. Them opening the door, the music was really good. The tension was great. I wish we had more, tense moments like that. But yeah, that decision to let them go didn't make too much sense to me because I feel like he should have questioned them more. It would have been like, like, how do we stop this? How do we get out of this situation? Rather than giving up so easily. Also, I feel like he should have questioned them about Alicia more. He just totally forgot about that. So, yeah. Maybe I don't know. I don't think I would say Morgan gave up, like it's over. I feel like he should have done more. So that didn't really make too much sense because he was so dedicated throughout the whole episode, like very dedicated from the beginning. And then he just gave up there towards the end. So I didn't really understand that. And then I totally skipped over that scene I said I was going to talk about later in the beginning of the video, between Dakota and Strand. So I did like that scene again. Zoe Colletti was great in that scene. The zoom in on Strand, that was really interesting. I don't know. I kind of like that. And it was pretty intense. And then we had Morgan just come out of nowhere and kind of save the day, which was cool. But again, if you think about him surviving that situation, I mean, the situation they put him in, it just didn't seem possible. But, I'm not going to sit here and be like Morgan shouldn't have survived because he should have survived. He's Morgan. I would, hate to see Morgan go. But I just wish they put him in a situation which would have been more believable that he survived. But yeah. And then at the end there, that was a pretty big ending. And next episode is going to be huge, I think. They dropped the trailer for that also, which they weren't doing that in the beginning of the season. I mean, I don't think they did it at all in the first half. When you watch the episode on AMC Plus, that is. I know when you watch it on regular AMC on Sunday nights, they have the trailer right after the episode, but they weren't doing that on AMC Plus for a long time, and they just recently started doing it. But yeah, overall, like I said, it was a pretty good episode still. I talked about the stuff that I didn't really like. There was a couple of those moments, but definitely a great, setup for the finale, because the way it ended was huge. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what did you think about the episode? Again, I was just talking about that trailer, so I'll be doing a trailer breakdown for the finale. That'll most likely come out tomorrow morning, so be sure to stay tuned for that by hitting that subscribe button. Again, I'm going to be doing a Q&A soon also in the next few days leading up to the finale, so I have those posts in the community section of my channel. If you want to go ahead and leave a question there, I'll be answering those in a video coming out soon. But yeah, other than that, I am going to wrap it up there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. Again, let me know what did you think about the episode in the comments down below. And for more Walking Dead videos, just be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.